treatment. And what I am feeling right away is that this person has been trying to bury what happened, trying to act like silence solved something, but it did not, it only made the truth louder inside of them. So let us take a look at what is going on in this connection between you and your person of interest. And please just take what resonates for you. Since this is a general reading, you never have to take something that does not feel like it belongs to you. All right, let us go into it. What is the first energy here? We have the Judgment card. Wow. Okay, so right away, this tells me somebody is being called to face what they did, face what they avoided, face what they avoided, face what they left hanging in the air. And I feel like this person can no longer hide from the consequences of their silence. Judgment is that wake-up call, that moment where the soul gets very loud. And I feel like their soul has been pressing on them heavily, especially when things get quiet, because the quiet that they gave you is now the same quiet that is confronting them. I feel like this person thought silence would protect them, maybe protect their P. Rid. E, maybe protect them from saying something they were not ready to say, but instead, the silence became its own burden. Let us see what this wake-up call is connected to. We have the Five of Cups. Yes, this is regret. This person is grieving the damage that was done by their distance, and I feel like they are replaying things now, replaying your energy, replaying the warmth that was there before everything got cold, replaying the moment where they could have spoken, and instead they held back. I feel like they are not only sad because of missing you, they are sad because they know their silence hurt you, and that matters. They know it. There is something about your absence now that feels sharper to them, because when you were there, they still had your energy around them. But now I feel like they can sense a shift in you, and it is making the loss feel real. Let us see what was underneath the silence. What were they not saying? We have the King of Cups. Wow, this person had much more feeling than they showed. And that is exactly why this became such a painful lesson, because the silence was not coming from lack of emotion. It was coming from being overwhelmed by emotion, trying to contain it, trying to stay in control instead of being bold. The King of Cups tells me this person feels deeply, but they do not always know how to let those feelings move naturally. So instead of speaking, they hold it in. Instead of reaching, they observe. Instead of admitting tenderness, they can go quiet. But now the feelings they were trying to manage are getting bigger, not smaller. So let us look at your energy in all of this. We have the Queen of Swords. Typhel, your energy feels very clear to me right now, very wise, very self-protective. And I feel like if this person gave you silence, you learned something through it. You learn not to keep waiting in the dark for someone to explain what they should have explained already. The Queen of Swords does not mean you stopped caring. It means you started seeing more clearly. You started realizing that your heart deserves honesty, that your spirit deserves respect, because they can sense that you are not in the same place anymore. Let us go deeper. What are they thinking about you now? We have the Six of Cups. They are thinking about the sweetness of this connection, the softer moments, the way things felt before pride, before fear, before silence stretched too far. This person is replaying your voice, your kindness, your presence, and I feel like they are starting to understand that the comfort they felt with you was rare. Let us get one more here. What is beginning to happen inside them now? We have the Two of Wands. Yes, a decision is building. This card feels like someone standing between two paths, the old pattern and the new choice. And I feel like the old pattern is silence, avoidance, waiting too long. But the new path, the one spirit is putting in front of them. Becky is honesty, movement, reunion, and finally saying what should have been said before. So what I see right now is this person is waking up. They are regretting the silence. They are carrying emotion they never fully showed. They are looking back at what this bond meant, and they are standing at the edge of a decision that feels very important, because the silence can no longer stay where it was. It is demand. Ding, an answer now. Let us go deeper into their heart now, because the silence they gave you is not sitting comfortably with them at all. What are they carrying inside when they think about this connection today? We have the Hermit, and wow, this person has been doing a lot of inner searching, much more than they show. And I feel like this quiet season was supposed to help them avoid emotion, but instead it pushed them deeper into it because the Hermit is not someone who forgets. This is someone who sits with thoughts, replays moments, studies their own feelings, and I feel like they have been alone with the memory of you more often than anyone would guess. They may not be talking much, they may not be revealing much, but inside they are turning this whole situation over and over, trying to understand why they pulled away, why they froze, why they thought silence was easier than honesty. And I feel like every time they ask themselves that, the answer gets more uncomfortable. Let us see what is haunting them most about the silence. We have the Three of Swords. Yes, this hurts them now. This card feels like the realization that pain was created where there could have been understanding, where there could have been understanding, where there could have been truth. And I feel like this person knows they wounded the connection by staying shut down. For some of you, they know they hurt you very deep. Lee, for others, they know they created confusion, distance, and a heartbreak that did not need to happen. And what I keep hearing is this: they regret making you feel shut out. They regret making you question where you stood. They regret leaving you in emotional coldness when what they really had inside was feeling. So this pain is not only about missing you, it is about knowing their actions had consequences. Let us see what they wish they had done differently. We have the Ace of Swords. Oh yes, they wish they had spoken. They wish they had told the truth when the truth was first rising in them. Instead of delaying, instead of hiding, instead of hiding, instead of hoping the moment would somehow pass without needing courage. The Ace of Swords is so clear here. This person regret. Hence, not choosing directness. They regret not saying what they were feeling. They regret not clearing up the confusion when they had the chance. And I feel like now there is this pressure building in them because once someone realizes silence was a mistake, it becomes harder and harder to keep staying silent. Let us look at what your energy is showing them right now. We have the Nine of Pentacles, beauty, full, because I feel like they are seeing your value in such a sharp way. Now they see your independence, your dignity, your self-respect. And I feel like there is something about your energy that is no longer waiting in the same old way. You may still care, yes, but you are standing taller now. You are holding yourself differently now. And this person can feel that the Nine of Pentacles tells me they know you are not someone who will sit forever in uncertainty. And that awareness is making the final decision feel even more urgent for them. Let us see what is pushing them toward reunion. We have the Six of Swords. This is so interesting because I feel like this person wants peace now. They want to move out of the tension, out of the awkward distance, out of the silence that has only made everything heavier. The Six of Swords feels like someone wanting to leave behind mental conflict, wanting to cross over from confusion into calm, from separation into softer waters. And for many of you, that is where reunion energy begins, not with some dramatic display, but with the deep desire to restore peace, to fix what became strained, to move closer again. Let us get one more here. What is the final decision building toward? We have the Lovers. Wow, this is powerful because the choice in front of them is not small. The Lovers tells me this is a heart decision, a soul decision, not just a casual moment. And I feel like Spirit is showing them very clearly that they cannot keep living in two energies anymore. They cannot keep feeling love and acting distant. They cannot keep wanting you and giving you silence. Hay cannot keep knowing this bond matters and pretending it does not require action. So the final decision feels like this. Do they keep repeating the old pattern or do they finally choose the connection with honesty? And I feel like that question is becoming impossible for them to ignore because your energy has changed. The silence has backfired, the regret is real, and reunion is beginning to appear not as a fantasy, but as something that could happen if they are brave enough to come forward with truth. Their heart is not asleep anymore. Let us look at your energy now because Spirit keeps bringing me back to you in such a strong way today. What is happening in your heart through all of this? We have strength, and wow, this card feels so beautiful on your side, because even though this situation may have hurt you, confused you, or left you carrying questions in silence, you are not letting it destroy the tenderness of your spirit. I feel like you have had to hold yourself together through moment where you wanted clarity, where you wanted honesty, where you wanted this person to simply say what was real. And instead of receiving that, you were given distance, pauses, and emotional quiet. But strength tells me you are rising above that now. You are learning how to stay soft without becoming easy to wound. You are learning how to love without leaving yourself behind. And that is a very powerful place. 2, let us go deeper. What else is in your energy? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. Because I feel like you are returning to yourself in a grounded way now, caring for your own heart, protecting your peace, putting your energy back into what keeps you steady, what keeps you well, what keeps you whole. And there's something very graceful about this. You are not chasing answers in the same way anymore. You are not pouring endlessly into uncertainty in the same way anymore. I feel like you are becoming more rooted, more centered, more aware of your worth. And this person can feel that shift. Let us see what they notice about you right now. We have the Star. Wow. They see your light very clearly, even through silence, even through distance, even through whatever walls have been between you. They still feel your energy as something healing, something special, something they cannot just explain away. The Star tells me they know there is something rare about you, something peaceful, something pure. And I feel like part of what is moving them toward regret so strongly is that they are realizing they went quiet on someone whose energy was actually helping them more than they understood at the time. So now your light stays with them, your memory stays with them, your warmth. Stay with them. Let us look at what still lives in your heart for them. We have the Page of Cups. Oh, this is tender, because despite everything, I still feel sweetness in you. Not blindness, not weakness, but sweetness. A part of your heart still sees the good in this person, still remembers the connection in a soft way, still wishes things could have been handled with more care, more honesty, more maturity. The Page of Dallas. Cups tells me your feelings were real and they came from a pure place. So if this silence ever made you question yourself, please do not. Your love was genuine. Your care was genuine. And Spirit sees that very clearly. Let us see what you are being guided toward now. We have the Two of Wands. Yes, your future is opening, and I feel like Spirit does not want you to keep your whole life paused around someone else's process. This card is showing me expansion, perspective, new ground, and a soul that is starting to remember there is more ahead than just this one painful chapter. You are allowed to hope for reunion, if that is what your heart feels, but you are also being asked to keep looking at the horizon of your own life. Keep choosing what moves you forward. Keep choosing what brings peace. See into your body, because your path is still unfolding beautifully. Let us get one more here. What is your soul trying to say through all of this? We have the High Priestess. Beautiful. Trust yourself. Trust what you have been sensing. Trust the inner voice that tells you when something is sacred, and trust the same inner voice when it tells you not to settle for confusion. The High Priest. ES tells me you already know more than you think. You have felt this person's regret. You have felt the unfinished energy here. You have felt the weight of what was left unsaid. But Spirit is also saying, do not force the truth to arrive. Let it reveal itself. Let their actions speak. Let their decisions show you what they truly choose. So overall, your energy feels wise, ground, tender and protected. Yes, there is still feeling here. Yes, there is still a bond here, but I feel like you are stepping into a place where your heart matters too much to stay trapped in silence forever. And that is exactly why this person can feel the pressure now, because you are no longer standing in the same waiting energy. You are becoming clearer, you are becoming stronger, and your quiet Dignity is speaking louder than words. They feel it more than they want to admit. Let us go deeper into their hidden feelings now, because Spirit keeps showing me that this person has not been as detached as they tried to appear. What are they carrying behind the silence? What has been living under the surface? We have the King of Cups, and wow, this card says so much because this person has deep emotion for you, but they have not handled emotion in the cleanest way. I feel like they tried to keep everything contained, controlled, hidden behind a calm face, hidden behind distance, hidden behind the idea that if they did not speak it, maybe they would not have to deal with how powerful it really was. But the King of Cups feels full, heavy, and sincere. So this was never emptiness. This was someone feeling a great deal and still not knowing how to move naturally with those feelings. Let us see why they stayed so guard. Ed, we have the Seven of Wands. Yes, this is defense. This is someone who felt the connection getting close to their heart. And instead of relaxing into it, they braced themselves, they held their ground. They protected old wounds, they protected fear. And I feel like they reacted as if love was something they had to survive instead of something they were allowed to receive. The Seven of Wands tells me they were fighting being vulnerable, fighting being seen, fighting the truth of what was opening in them. So the silence was not peace. The silence was resistance. Let us go deeper. What are they beginning to understand about that silence now? We have the Five of Pentacles. Oh, wow, this card feels lonely. This person is realizing that by shutting you out, they also push themselves into a cold place. And now they feel it. Dafatan. They feel the lack of your warmth. They feel the emptiness where your softness used to reach them. They feel how different life becomes when your energy is not wrapping around them in the same way. And I feel like that is one of the hardest parts for them, because what once felt available now feels farther away, and they know their own actions played a part in that. Let us see what keeps drawing their heart back to you. We have the Six of Cups. Beautiful. This person keep is returning to memory, not just the big moments, even the little moments, the way you spoke, the way you listened, the way your energy felt around them, the comfort, the sweetness, the emotional ease. The Six of Cups tells me they miss the innocence of this bond. They miss how natural it felt before fear complicated everything. And I also feel that they are remembering a version of themselves around you that they actually liked, softer, more open, more hopeful. So when they miss you, they are also missing the part of themselves that woke up in your presence. Let us see what truth is coming in for them now. We have the Ace of Swords. Yes, clarity. And I feel like this clarity is cutting through every excuse they once used. They can no longer say the silence did not matter. They can no longer pretend you would just understand. Without them speaking, they can no longer hide from the fact that what happened here needs to be addressed. The Ace of Swords feels sharp, but good, because truth may sting. But it also clears the fog, and this person is seeing the truth. Now that they should have spoken, that they should have been honest, that they should have been honest, that they should have treated this connection with more care. Let us get one more here. What is this clarity moving them toward? We have the Chariot. Wow, this is movement building. I feel like Spirit is showing me someone who has sat still for too long, and now the stillness is becoming unbearable. The Chariot says they want to close the distance. They want to move past the silence. They want to do something instead of carrying all of this in private. Now I do feel there is still fear here. Yes, but I also feel determination starting to rise, because once the heart knows what it wants, staying frozen becomes its own kind of pain. So overall, what I see here is someone with real feelings, someone who defended themselves instead of opening, someone who now feels the coldness of that choice, someone who keeps returning to your memory, and someone who is finally seeing the truth clearly enough to want movement. The silence is not protecting them anymore. It is exposing everything, and because your energy is no longer reaching in the same mold way, the pressure on them is growing. They know a final decision cannot be avoided for much longer. And deep down, their heart is leaning toward reunion, because being without your energy has taught them exactly what they lost. They do not want more distance. They want a different ending now, if they can be brave enough soon. Let us look now at what their intentions are becoming, because this is where the energy starts moving out of regret and toward action. What do they want with you when they stop hiding from themselves? We have the Ace of Cups. And wow, this feels so soft, so sincere, because underneath all the silence, all the pride, all the hesitation, this person does want to open their heart to you, the Ace of C. Up. It is not dry energy. It is not cold. It is not someone wanting to keep things where they were. This is someone whose feelings are rising, someone who cannot keep pressing emotion down anymore. And I feel like the more they sit with your absence, the more their heart keeps filling up with everything they should have shown before. This person wants a new emotional beginning, not the old silence, not the old confusion, a new beginning. One where the truth is finally allowed to breathe. Let us see what still has to break inside of them for that to happen. We have the Tower. Yes, this person is going through a shakeup, and I feel like this is internal first before it becomes something visible in the outer world. The Tower tells me old patterns are falling apart, the pattern of shutting down, the pattern of shutting down the pattern. N of delaying hard conversations, the pattern of thinking silence is safer than honesty. Spirit is striking those false structures now, because this connection was never meant to stay trapped in avoidance. So if this person has seemed overwhelmed lately or restless or emotionally unsettled, I feel like this is why they are being pushed to face what can no longer stand. Let us see what they may want to say to you. If they let the heart speak, we have the Page of Cups. Oh, this is tender. This feels like an apology that comes from a real place. Not polished, not perfect, but heartfelt. I feel like this person wants to say that they know they hurt you. They know they left too much unsaid. They know their silence created pain. And the Page of Cups tells me there is a softer side in them trying to come forward. Now, a side that wants to speak gently, honestly, and with more emotional humility than before. This is not the energy of someone who wants to keep pretending nothing happened. This is the energy of someone who knows something precious was mishandled. Let us look at what kind of future they see with you. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, this is beautiful because this person does not see you as temporary. They do not see you as just a passing chapter. When they think of you deeply, they think of something lasting, something rooted, something that could actually grow into peace, security, and a love that feels safe to come home to. And I feel like that is part of what frightened them before, because once a person sees real potential, once they feel that kind of depth, all the old fears can start rising too. Wafa. But the Ten of Pentacles tells me the vision is there. The desire for something solid is there. The wish to build something better is there. Let us see what Spirit is asking of them now. We have Justice. Yes, this is very clear. They need to make it right. They need to balance what was left unbalanced. They need to bring truth where they once brought silence. Justice is not only about feelings. It is about responsibility, and I feel like this person knows that if they come toward you now, they cannot come with half effort. They cannot come with vague words. They cannot come with 1 foot in and 1 foot out. They have to be real. They have to be accountable. They have to be accountable. They have to show that they understand the weight of what happened. Let us get one more here. What is the next movement in their heart? We have the Fool. Beautiful, because after all the heaviness, all the regret, all the inner struggle, I do feel a leap trying to happen here. The Fool is not someone who knows every step in advance. It is someone who feels called. And I feel like this person is being called to stop overthinking, stop hiding, stop waiting for the perfect moment, and simply move toward what their heart already knows. So what I see here is this: their heart wants love. Old walls are breaking, an apology wants to come through, they see long-term potential. Spirit is asking them to do what is right, and a new beginning is trying to open. The strongest message is that silence is no longer where this energy wants to stay. It wants truth now. It wants reunion now. It wants a decision made from the heart. And I feel like this person is getting closer and closer to that moment because the pain of losing you has become too real. And the thought of letting this pass without trying again feels even heavier to them. Now, let us bring in the final messages now, because this is where the whole reading gathers itself and the truth becomes much clearer. What is the final energy surrounding this connection? What does Spirit most want you to know? We have the Two of Cups. And wow, this is such a beautiful confirmation, because beneath all the silence, all the hurt, all the waiting, and all the emotional distance, the B on D itself is still here, alive, meaningful, and deeply felt by both of you. The Two of Cups tells me this was never empty. This was never something that only one heart carried. There has always been a real pull here, a recognition, a tenderness, or something in both of you knew this connection mattered. And I feel like that is why the silence became so painful, because when a bond is real, distance does not err. Says E. It only makes everything that was left unsaid echo louder. Let us see what is still happening inside of them right now. We have the Five of Wands. Yes, there is still conflict in them. This person is still wrestling with themselves, with fear, with timing, with pride, and I feel like part of them wants to run toward you, while another part still trembles at the thought of being fully seen. It is because their heart and their defenses have been pulling in different directions. But the important thing is this: the love is not asleep, the feelings are not gone, and the inner battle only exists because this matters to them so much. Let us see what Spirit is asking you to hold on to. Now we have the High Priestess. Trust your inner knowing. Trust what your Spirit has been sensing all along. Trust the deep feeling in you that can tell the difference between illusion and something sacred but unfinished. The High Priestess tells me you do not need to force this story. You do not need to chase answers. Let truth reveal itself. Let their actions show you where they stand. Let your intuition stay louder than your fear, because your inner voice is guiding you beautifully here. Let us look at the energy of reunion. What is trying to happen? We have the Sunday. Wow. I love this. Because after all the heaviness, all the shadows, and all the coldness of silence, I do feel warmth trying to return. I do feel openness trying to return. I do feel that something hidden is trying to come into the light. The Sunday feels like honesty. It feels like clarity. It feels like the walls thinning out. And for many of you, I do feel this can bring communication and a chance for this, yes, connection to breathe again. This is not the energy of endless silence. This is the energy of something being revealed. Let us get one final card from their heart. What is the deepest truth here? We have the Lovers. This person does love you. They may have feared it, mishandled it, delayed it, hidden from it, but they feel this connection deeply. The Lovers tells me the final decision is not just practical, lucko. Because when this person looks at you in truth, they do not see someone ordinary. They see someone who touched their heart, someone whose absence became a lesson, and someone they do not truly want to lose. So the strongest final message coming through is this: yes, I do feel regret for the silent treatment. Yes, I do feel awakening in them. Yes, I do feel reunion energy building. And yes, I feel a final decision approaching where they can no longer hide behind the old pattern. But Spirit also wants to remind you of something very important. Do not let their awakening make you forget your own value. You are not here to beg for clear love. You are not here to prove that your heart is worth honest treatment. You are here to be met, to be cherished, to be spoke. N. To with truth. So keep standing in your light. Keep trusting what is genuine, because whether this reunion comes in the exact form your heart has hoped for, or whether Spirit brings clarity in another way, you are being led towards something much cleaner now. Something warmer, something honest, something worthy of the love you carry. And I feel this person knows more than they have admitted that your heart was a Dalken gift. The silence did not erase that. It only taught them the cost of mishandling it. So beautiful soul. If this person comes forward, let their truth be shown in action. Let the decision reveal itself through consistency. Let the reunion be built on honesty. Not only emotion, because the love may be real, but spirit wants the path to be real too. And I do feel the next chapter opening slowly, gently, but truly the silence has reached its end. And now the heart wants to speak. What is the final energy surrounding this connection? What does spirit most want you to know? We have the Two of Cups. And wow, this is such a beautiful confirmation, because beneath all the silence, all the hurt, all the waiting, and all the emotional distance, the B. On, D itself is still here, alive, meaningful, and deeply felt by both of you. The Two of Cups tells me this was never empty. This was never something that only one heart carried. There has always been a real pull here, a recognition, a tenderness, or something in both of you knew this connection mattered.